This is today's look, and it looks even better in sunlight because it sparkles, it glitters, it glows. I'm being blinded. But yeah, this is today's video. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing this look. And this is deceiving because I am dealing with a lot of pigmentation, the bane of my life. So the coverage is really good. I'll share the foundation, all the products will be linked down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video in 2023 where I have new content coming. And you're being told you need to cut dairy, you need to cut sugar. Oh my god, she put that on her skin! And it kind of came from the superior value of, I know all about skincare and you're doing that wrong. Try not to look like an egg. I became overwhelmed with this kind of content. Oh my god. Hi guys, today's video is a beauty video because I've been trying to work out some content. I have some videos coming for 2023, but for now, to end 2022, I thought I would do a beauty video and just have a chat about the skincare community, why I've kind of moved away from skincare content. In the meantime, I'll be doing my makeup. So I had a little community tab poll up and just trying to gauge what kind of content you guys wanted to see, and so far beauty's in the running, so I thought, you know what, I'll just make a beauty video in the meantime to end my 2022 content with a nice holiday makeup, Christmas, glittery. I'm not going for like the classic red lip, I'm going for like a sort of just snatch look, glowy, glitter, lots of glitter. That's the plan. So as you guys can see, I've already prepped my skin, and you can also see that I'm dealing with some pigmentation, which is no surprise really. It's a common theme. We're working our way through it. So this makeup look is definitely going to be quite full coverage. I'm definitely going to cover all my pigmentation. I don't really have much active acne at the moment in terms of actual bumps on the skin, but I still have textured skin anyway because I have scarring from previous acne. I'm going to use this Fit Me Matte Poreless. This I don't think is like the correct shade, but we'll kind of make it. Oh, it's literally coming out. We will make it work basically. So this is like a matte foundation that has clay in it. So it's supposed to be really good for normal to oily skin, and I have acne prone oily skin. I actually wore this on the wedding day and I mixed it with the NARS, this isn't Sheer Glow, this is, oh my gosh, what is this called? Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. These two mixed together worked really well for me. So I'm gonna do like a light base and then just build up from there. I'm not going to go in too heavy, I'm going to build up. So we will get the coverage that I'm looking for, but for now we're just going to even out the skin tone. Sorry if I keep looking here, it's a mirror by the way. So yeah, going back to the video that I created talking about toxicity in the skincare community and rules and shame and blame culture within this community. If you are familiar with skincare content, you probably know the kind of people that I'm talking about or referring to. But I've definitely seen a shift in the way content has been created over the years, even since I started my channel 3 years ago, and it really has come down to this shock factor, shock value. Making content to gain an audience obviously makes sense, that's kind of what a lot of people want from it, but some people go the extra mile and really do just want to draw people in and shock people to get them to listen to them, and it just reached the point where it's just the word of this video is going to be ridiculous, because a lot of this stuff is ridiculous. I'm now just going to add some more. I'm quite far away from where my mirror is, so I guess that's a good thing because I'm not going to go too insane with perfecting my skin, but I'm also trying not to like cake up too much. Anyway, so I kind of mentioned this in my previous video discussing a similar topic. It's the fact that this shock value just got overbearing, where I was seeing it on every social media platform, and it was coming from dermatologists as well, that obviously we respect, we value their opinion, but just because somebody is a doctor and dermatologist does not mean they can then create these really blanket statements of, let me think of something, stop oil cleansing, it's ruining your skin. That is a big statement to make, and then if you have those credentials behind you, it's creating a disaster in my opinion, and it's not going to end well. I think something is going to really almost cancel someone at this point. So if we were to rewind back to before I created my content and my channel and was making skincare content, I really watched a variety of people within the skincare community, and in particular one of them who I've discussed before was Hiram. I don't know him personally obviously, but I enjoyed his content and I liked it, but it was for entertainment value. However, now I'm looking back, I kind of feel like there's this reaction videos that aren't so big anymore, but they were really big at the time, and they were really gaining these people views, like millions of views, these reaction videos. These kind of content creators really were, in my opinion, somewhat attacking people just for their general routines. People that are not familiar with skincare aren't going to necessarily know what their products are doing, or they're just trying to figure out a routine for themselves. And yes, these videos were for entertainment and educational purposes of, oh, she's using this and she shouldn't be using that on her skin, but I've shown examples in my previous video. I'll link that below. But you know, these kind of people would then, in my opinion, attack for entertainment purposes of, oh my god, she put that on her skin. And it kind of came from the superior value of, I know all about skincare and you're doing that wrong and you're doing that wrong. And oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. Like, you should know. And it just got a bit much for me because I am not that kind of person. I can't really relate to that. There was entertainment value to it, and then it just kind of became like, what are you doing? Like, actually what you're doing is quite mean. Some of those creators were becoming more and more shocking and oh my gosh, and saying outlandish things to get those views, to help them grow. And the result of that actually was that some of the things they were saying were mean or unnecessary, or just came from the superior place, which I just don't agree with, and I stopped watching and I unsubscribed. Again, the shock value to get views and to do things. Continuing with the theme of Maybelline, I've just picked up a few of their products. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, and it's in a lighter shade. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna use this under my eyes to really brighten up. Then this is old for me. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Cameo Concealer Satin Finish. And I don't know if it's because it's like almost like finished, but this isn't necessarily hydrating for me. And I find it quite drying, but I'm gonna use this to spot conceal some pigmentation that's still shining through. So another issue I had was, obviously we over time managed to get dermatologists online and more came, and it was great because we were getting legit advice and product recommendations. But there was also people that were kind of in the midst of that, and I think some might have kind of either intentionally or unintentionally being ambiguous to what degree they were actually a skin expert, skin specialist. Like, what do those actually mean? You're a skin specialist. What does it mean? Do you have qualifications? Are you an esthetician? Again, I might be talking about a particular somebody, but in my opinion, they kind of were monetizing off that, but never explicitly saying what their qualifications were or weren't. And I also didn't agree with that, so unsubscribe again. And I guess you could say that I also was suckered into this because I watched their content and I gave them those views as well. And there was definitely levels to it, like some people I watched more than others. But at the same time, I was somebody seeking what they had to offer, because I have suffered with acne for so many years, and chronic acne, meaning it is constant. It comes back to different levels and different degrees. You can see here, when I'm having my mass flare-ups, I want to know, what can I do? How can I help this? What am I doing wrong? All I want to do is talk, but I need to also do the makeup because that is what I have said I would deliver in this video. So I'm gonna get on with the eyes, and then I'm gonna come back and talk a bit more. So I'm gonna take Zam from this Jackie Aina palette, and I'm gonna go in with like Edges and Credit, which are these two shades. Then I've just added Ginger to kind of blend it all together. I think it looks pretty. Then a brown eyeliner. Eyeliner is done. And I also wanted to say, here's the thing, just because that is how I interpret these creators and skinfluencers and all these things, some of them obviously, not all of them, not to generalize, doesn't mean that's how other people are going to view it. So I'm genuinely just sharing my opinion. And in my previous video I did the same, and I had people that, again, were not on the same wavelength. They were thanking these creators for information they gained, and I fully get that as well. So this is just where I'm at currently and why I've stepped away from engaging in that content in the way that I used to, and why I'm creating different content now. I'm gonna curl my lashes and use this Benefit Bad Girl Bang mascara. This is really good. Hope you see the difference. I mentioned that there's certain creators, skinfluencers, even doctors that I've unfollowed, unsubscribed from, and the reasons why. And I think part of the whole, I felt drained by the skincare community sometimes. Not the community as in the people, but the constant messaging that was coming with it, a lot of the content. So for example, don't do this, stop doing this, stop using that lotion, stop it just was too much, it just got too much. And again, this is coming from somebody with chronic acne, where you are constantly searching for the answer to clearer skin, better skin, healthier skin, and you're constantly being told, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, and it often came from that exact, like how I'm communicating to you now. If you have acne, stop wearing liquid foundation or something like that all the time, and I cannot even describe to you. You must know, if you are actually subscribed to me here, or you have acne and you've dealt with these things, you truly must know that it is this constant, you're doing this wrong. Shame and blame, like literally, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Here's the thing, if you've got chronic acne and it's really flaring up and you're being told you need to cut dairy, you need to cut sugar, you need to make sure you're getting, I don't know, exercising 4 times a week, drinking 2 litres of water, sleeping on your back so that you don't run the risk of bacteria from your pillow transferring to your cheeks and your face and acne. Avoid makeup, because that way, you know, liquid makeup, because that way you're clogging your pores and you're risking more acne. That's already a whole lifestyle change. Like you know, one of those, cool, maybe I could do, but all of those in one go is it's an extreme lifestyle change. And the way people don't see that just baffles me. A lifestyle change that is going to take some willpower to get going, and yes, you can make things a habit, give it 30 days, whatever the saying is, but the reality is it's hard work. It's hard work, and when you're constantly be told 50,000 things you can do, vitamins you can take, things you can add, things you can buy, things you should get rid of in your routines, and it just is so overwhelming. And I'm just so passing that on to people of like, do this, do that. Like, I'm not going to be part of that, but I will definitely share what is working for me, and I'll always come from a place of, I'm suffering with this, I've been using this particular lotion, I like it because it doesn't break my skin out, it has ceramides, it's hyaluronic acid, and it's affordable. This is also a Maybelline New York eyeliner. So not used to having eyeliner on that this looks really dark. And for bottom mascara, I'm going to use the Extra Super Lash by Rimmel London, if I can open it. So then in terms of new products, I also got a powder bronzer by Maybelline again. I must have gone a bit Maybelline happy, but I'm really enjoying their products. And this is just like a simple brown powder that I'm just gonna sort of add some dimension to my face. I think the general theme of this video is the fact that I became overwhelmed with this kind of content, and judging by the comments on my previous video discussing a very similar topic, I'm not the only one, clearly. And I don't know where this kind of content is going, but for me, I just know the kind of people that I want to follow and want to listen to and enjoy skincare with in a bit more of a softer, gentle way. They're not sell, they're not, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, and they're also not pretending to be something they're not by saying they're like a skincare specialist or something, that they're just not being upfront about what they do and do not know, or qualifications that they may or may not have. So another thing I don't really trust is when these certain particular, I haven't thought of a name for them yet, but skinfluencers, or I'm just putting them in the skinfluencer bracket, whether they're dermatologists or not, you know, these skinfluencers are giving out products and advice based on just the ingredients list. And obviously the ingredients list is very powerful, and it's going to show you what's in there and what things work together, and if they've got that science knowledge, it is beneficial. But I have been in a situation where, okay, she said that looked great on paper, it's got everything, cool, I'm gonna go out and buy it, and then it doesn't sit well on the skin, or it smells, or it's unpleasant and it doesn't blend well, which I've had with a sunscreen. I did that, and then it comes down to the point of, how much are we going to trust based on just somebody reading the ingredients? And I'm not taking away the fact that they're going through the science of it, and I'm not saying that these influencers should be buying every single product, but it's such a big missing piece. If I, for example, I did a video on the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. It's a powder foundation. On paper, it's phenomenal for acne prone skin. It's got ingredients in there that are not designed to break you out. They're supposed to be good for oily skin. Obviously got the marketing claims as well, as like providing good coverage and not being pore clogging and all these things. But if I was just to say that and be like, oh yeah, go out and buy it, I just don't, I feel like there's a gap missing here where, let me try it, let me show it to you. Because I fell into that trap myself, I'm very much more so about the people that are trying the products, showing me the products, showing me the serum on their skin, that they've actually tried it, and they're not just going about what's on paper and then recommending. I'm gonna attempt to contour my nose. with this bronzer, we'll see. To be honest, I don't really know if I'm getting my point across, but that's just how I feel about these things, and what can you do? You cannot contour. Contour is not my strong point at all. So this isn't a new blush. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Chic to Chic in Ecstasy. Yeah, this is a really lovely blush, and I've just had it for a while. Brush? Did I say brush? Blush. I go heavy with blush because it makes me happy. And then this is new. This is the Pixie by Petra. This is Delicate Dew. Obviously this video is edited, but usually by now my foundation would be starting to mix with my natural oils, but this one is still staying nice and matte. I'm gonna attempt to just bring some definition to my jawline. It's not contouring because I can't do that, but just with the same bronzer, try not to look like an egg. So carrying on with where that's kind of led me with my current content, I still want to create skincare content. You will still see me have my skincare routine up. I've got literally some SPFs to try out, and I'll be making a video on that for sure, but I'm also just not really feeling it as much as I used to. I felt like I was creating content in the skincare niche just to keep that going and that be my niche, but also I want to branch out into other things. So my next video for 2023, heads up if you're still here, it's a styling video. It's different. It's a fashion video. It's kind of about getting out of the style rut, because I've just kind of been in the same clothes, working from home, doing the same thing, and I just kind of lost my style and what I actually like wearing and everything. So that's what that video is going to be about. Now this is new. This is the Pillow Talk Diamonds lipstick. I don't know if it's lipstick. Sparkling lip looks. It just, I saw this in the Charlotte Tilbury store. Me and my friends all loved it. We were all ready to buy it. And then of course it was sold out. It was sold out. It was also sold out on the Charlotte Tilbury website. It's in Lucky Diamonds. I managed to get it from either John Lewis or Debenhams. I will link it down below if you've been looking for this, because it is gorgeous. It's untouched. Look at that. Untouched, and it's so pretty. But I don't know what lip liner is going to go with this, so I'm actually going to do the lipstick first and then go from there. Oh my god. Yes. I'm going to be wearing this on Christmas Day for sure. This is actually an eyeliner, but I feel like we could do it. Wow, I'm so glad I bought that. That is... oh, I just bloody chipped it. Setting spray is just going to add a little bit of dew to the look, but that's fine because this foundation is mattifying. Here's where you know I'm not fully a makeup guru, because I did the setting spray but I forgot to powder. I normally powder and then do a setting spray. I don't actually know what order, so we're just going to powder over it. Powder brush and more Maybelline. Not sponsored, none of this sponsored. Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. This is a gorgeous powder as well. Definitely recommend. Do you know what? I actually also picked up, I did also actually pick up the Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless powder. It's downstairs in my handbag, can't bother to get it, but the last one I had of that went in the washing machine. So I lost a load of powder, and it's such an amazing powder. So yeah, I'm just gonna powder with this. This is lovely, really good value for money. So this is the finished sparkly Christmas holiday festive glitter.
Really unsure what to call this look, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you have a great Christmas and a happy new year.